Good morning. Y'all up? Hi, it is Nyota, your adaptability coach and leadership strategist, giving you tips and tricks on being more adaptable in your everyday lives, in your homes, in your careers, in your own personal businesses. Today's lesson in adaptability is brought to you by my favorite Under Armour walking app. I miss my Sleep Number bed and pickupthephone.com. That dog is big.
Yeah, he really is.
Look at this.
He's nice.
Look how big this dog is. Right? Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.
That dog is big. Pickupthephone.com. So I've been talking about quality of life and using my framework of are you willing to transform? It's the transformation leg of my framework. And are you willing to transform in your physical health, your emotional health, and your financial health? And today I am talking about a portion of emotional health that leads to a vibrant quality of life. And I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know for myself. So I've been in this program where I'm learning how to do a thing, right? And part of the thing we've been doing is minimizing our digital inputs, right? Cutting back on just randomly talking on the phone. I wouldn't say talking on the phone, but texting all day and sending voice notes all day and dragging out this conversation with someone that you obviously care enough about to communicate with, but really watering down this conversation by dragging it out all day. And so I talk to my friend and one of my BFFs, my business BFFs, and she's sneaking up on my regular BFF. Like, I'm not even able to just say be BFF, right? Because we're always in communication and we set up times where we co-work and things. But I had to tell her that I have to break up with her on Messenger. And not because of anything that she did, of course. And not that it's everything that I'm doing to be more intentional in my conversations, be more intentional in how I engage people, be more intentional and just how I receive information, just more intentional about everything, how I connect. And it doesn't have to be these long, drawn out conversations. They just have to be intentional. And a powerful conversation can happen in a matter of moments, in a matter of minutes. So don't get caught up and confused about thinking that a connection has to take like hours, right? It just has to be very intentional, right? You don't have to draw out no outline or anything, but just be able to have these, just open, friendly conversations. So, and I've noticed, and a couple of and some of my other friends are doing the same thing. And I'm just noticing that when we have these conversations, it's a fully developed conversation. It's not surface. If I have a question in the moment, I can ask, then I get a response. Remember when we used to talk on the phone, right? And it just really reminds me of having that house phone. And I didn't even know that I missed that until I've been having these full conversations using, Google Meet or Zoom or, Facebook Messenger, where I can see that even intensifies for me the conversation, where I can see how you're responding, because but honey, I am funny even if it's only in my head. So I want to see you laugh. I want you to see how I'm like, my face is surprised. I want you to hear me. I want you to see me. And I just think this level of technology where we are using, this visual, not, really not just using Skype and Zoom and things for business purposes anymore, but like really using it as a tool to connect. And it has definitely raised my quality of life. It has definitely raised my emotional health, because I'm not holding on to a conversation that goes on for days. Thank you. I'm not holding on to a conversation that goes on for days and days. I'm not upset because you missed one of my comments or one of my voice notes in this ridiculously long stream of conversations that's been going on for a year. You're able to start a conversation, have a start, a middle, and an end. And there is something so freeing and refreshing in having that conversation. So this moment, this lesson and adaptability is be a lot more intentional with your conversations. If it's someone that you would carry on a 4-month conversation with via text message or via messenger, do you and your friend a favor and pick up the phone, pick up the messenger, pick up the Skype, pick up the Zoom, and have an intentional conversation. It doesn't have to necessarily be planned. You don't have to put it on the calendar, but if that's what you need to do, do it. Make time for the things that matter. And when you're in those conversations, you realize with your whole body that conversation is what matters. We have time to be intentional when it comes to connecting. And I just invite you to cut out that digital conversation and make it a real verbal or visual conversation. Try it out. Just try it out for this week and see how you feel. Just taste it, Take a little sample and taste it and see that connecting tastes good, But just try it for yourself. Try it out this week and let me know how you feel about it. How it, like for me emotionally, it's definitely a breath of fresh air, of not having to just have this conversation that goes on for 2 years, right? You're able to start that conversation. It's pretty dope. I forgot, I forgot that I needed that. So there you go. Thank you all for listening to these walks, these lessons in adaptability. Thank you for commenting and liking and sharing. It's so kind. I definitely appreciate that. If there's anything specific, right, that you want me to talk about or do a series, I'm actually looking to evolve this conversation. So there'll be more on that. I'm looking at doing something, using a way to connect in a lot more collaborative on Fridays or Saturdays. I haven't decided which day yet, but more to come on that, and more to come on that. So again, this has been Nyota your adaptability coach and leadership strategist, giving you tips and tricks on being more adaptable in your everyday lives, in your homes, in your businesses, in your careers. Join the newsletter and just see what we're up to in the Transition 365 family. It's been awesome. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And, oh, the light is pretty right here. Enjoy your walk.